Dan, in this scenario, going back to play UCLA, is that something you like? Is that uncomfortable for you to play this team?
No, it's exciting. It's another big game for our guys. We're trying to get bowl eligible, so we're super excited about the opportunity.
Dan, as you reflect on things a little bit naturally, ultimately just your second year as a coordinator in collegiate football, what did you learn? What were the concepts generally that you learned in your first year at UCLA that you feel like you've continued to kind of build upon in terms of who you are as a coordinator this year at USC?
Really just had to translate the scheme to the college game. Because college is very different from the rules to the field to the way offenses attack you, and it's a thing where you're kind of adjusting on the fly. And at the end of the year, learned a lot. Applied all that to this year. And
Wait.
yeah, sorry. You okay?
Yeah. Hang on.
Somebody get him. Yeah, I'm okay. Just slip. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay. Thanks. Oh yeah. Oh, good. Sorry. I'm okay. I apologize. Sorry.
Take a deep breath, bud.
I'm okay. Thanks. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks.
Sorry,
but just applying that to this year, and again, like every week's a different learning experience, and just trying to get better each week.
Will it not feel a little awkward in the moment, or hit you differently when you're in the stadium on the opposite sideline than you were last year?
I think just from being in the NFL, I've bounced around so many times, played former co-workers and players I've coached, that it's just something that I'm used to. I think it makes it a little bit more exciting, but I think at the end of the day, once the game starts, it's just ball at the end of the day.
Getting Kamari back this last week, what does he bring? What does he allow you guys to do?
Just the versatility that he brings with the way we can use him at different positions, and just the way he communicates on the back end, just as far as making sure everyone's on the exact same page every single play.
How's this illness outbreak affected preparation?
We have some guys who are in and out, so we've had some guys who have had to hop on Zoom. We obviously have some guys who aren't at practice, so it's going to be big on as far as just getting mental reps, making sure that we're watching tape, making sure that we're locked in the meeting room.
Has it hit you yet, or are you staying healthy?
It has not. Knock on wood.
Has the offensive staff asked you for any insight into the personalities to it?
They have a little bit, yes.
What did you share with them?
I'm going to keep that between us.
Dan, how much did it mean to you, just looking back, when you came over here, how much did it mean to you that Kamari had enough trust in you that you wanted to impart, come play for you here, and what has it meant to this program just to have him, as a leader in this defensive group?
It meant a lot, when he decided to come here, it meant a ton to me, especially. And just having him here, I felt like jumpstart this entire thing. Just everything that we were able to get accomplished in the spring really helped jumpstart camp, and that helped jumpstart everything that we're doing now. And we were just further ahead with him because of his experience. And then it's been cool just to see him being able to grow now year 2 in this game.
What is it about just him that you feel like, you mentioned experience, but his attitude and how he felt like really jump-started things for even you personally, just installing?
He's a natural football player as far as the way he thinks. He just has a really high IQ. He picks things up well. He doesn't have to get the reps on the field. He could take it from the meeting room and then he can go out there and just do it. And there's not a lot of guys that have that skill.
When you look back on a year ago taking a job, the tough side is obviously leaving the guys you had there and the relationships with that. How tough was that in the moment to reconcile that part of it?
Super tough. That was the hardest part of it. There was great kids, and you're with those kids every single day. You build a relationship with those kids, and when you're in college, it's a little bit different than the NFL because again, the roster's not changing every single week. So that was definitely the toughest part.
How much can you use your knowledge of UCLA's offensive personnel, given that they're in a different scheme than you saw in them last year?
There's some personnel things that I can help with, but at the end of the day, it's a different offense, different scheme. I know their personalities, I know their skill sets, but as far as how they're going to be used, it's going to be completely different.
Do you keep tabs on some of how the guys you coached last year during this year? I know that's something you do.
I try to, but it's hard. We have a lot going on each week, but I try to just keep up to date with scores and stats.
Dan, when you look at the defense that you inherited, what do you feel like this group is most different now, a year later?
I feel just as far as the way they're playing together. You know, I still feel like the overall execution, the fundamentals, and then at the end of the day, me putting him in the right position can get him better each week. But I think at the end of the day, when you watch the tape, just them playing together and being on the same page.
Let's do one more.
Who were guys maybe that have stood out even more than you thought they could have when you first got here and kind of first started this season?
And Devin Tompkins, you know, he stood out in the spring, but if you would have asked me in the spring that he was going to be where he's at now, I wouldn't have thought so. That's a credit to him, Coach Henderson, Coach Nua. They've all done a great job. I've just been super impressed with just his growth and development.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you guys.